dumplings. Okay, so for this video, I'm doing a tutorial on how to use hair stocks in screenshots or whatever basically you want. So here is my little Gumroad shop. It is a resources shop where you can download like PSDs, tutorials, files, textures, anything you can think of. There's lots of talented artists on this website, so I recommend that you check it out. Give it like a little search. You'll find a lot of amazing artists. Keep in mind you might have to pay for some, but everything in my shop right now is free. You have the option of donating, but you don't have to. It's not it's not like it's not mandatory that you do. It's just an option. So I have a couple of stocks here uploaded into the shop already. I also have eyelashes stocks, but for this tutorial we're going to be focusing on how to implement hair stocks into screenshots. So I'm going to open up GIMP since this is going to be a GIMP specific tutorial. If you are using Photoshop, then you can probably implement some of the techniques that I use here in Photoshop. It's the same thing, they just have different layouts for it. So I'm pretty sure if you're more Photoshop savvy, it's easy to switch it over. So this is my screenshot here. This screenshot was provided by Eve Sims, my cute, adorable friend. She is an amazing editor, so I recommend that you check her out. Her blog is in the description below. Yeah, so please give her a follow, give her some support, give her a lot of love, because she definitely deserves it. So let's get on with the tutorial. So number one, your flow. You have to focus on the flow of your hair. So what is your Sims hairstyle looking like? What kind of flow does it have? What kind of style does it have? Does it have a short bob? Does it have extremely short hair like a pixie cut, or is it long, wavy, or is it curly, or are they dreads? Something like that. Figure out the flow. So once you figure out the flow, which is really easy to do, so this hair here, it's kind of wavy and curly at the ends, and it's really poorly photoshopped. I just deleted the background, but we're gonna draw over that. So we figured out the flow, number one. Number two, the color. So the color has different shades of brown here. It depends on what kind of color your Sims hair is. So if it has, find out the main color. So the main color here would be, you can take your color picker tool and find out what's the generic color, what's the main color. And I think the main color is like a really auburn black. Okay, here we have a little tinted brown, dark mauve, dark auburn brown. I don't know what I'm talking about, but so yeah, we have our little hair color here. So now we figured out the color, now we need to focus on the result. So what kind of image are you going for? What kind of scene or what kind of final piece are you looking for? So some people want to do like flowy strands of hair. Some people want to do straight and simple, or someone wants to do like crazy types of hair strands, you know what I mean? So you just have to figure out what kind of angle you're going to go to. So for this one, I am going to do a little flowy, swept up, like the wind is brushing her face from the left side and it pushes it to the right. So that's the kind of flow I'm going for. So let's focus on that result that we're trying to aim for. Do not try to focus on the one result. Don't start adding hair strands that don't even make sense. I've seen a lot of Simmers do this, a lot of editors on Tumblr and Instagram do this. Focus on one piece of the hair. Don't focus on, oh, wherever the hair goes, I'll just slap on a texture on there. No, you have to focus on what the natural flow of the hair looks like. How realistically would it dangle off her shoulders, or would it dangle off her ears and to her back? You know what I mean? Or his back, I don't know. So yeah, what we're gonna do now is that we can start using some of the hair textures that I have here. I'm only gonna use the hair texture version 2 and 3. The version 1 is very difficult to implement, so I'm just gonna use these basic ones here. So first step, you have to figure out what kind of hair best suits the Sim. what kind of hair strand best suits the sim. Okay. So here I have my window a little minimized here on the side. So now try to compare each strand with the hair of your sim. What kind of flow are you going for? You know what I mean? So the first one, it's okay. The second one, that's a little better. The third one is pretty good. The one on the right is not her style. It's very straight, straight lace kind of. But the other ones are very flowy and smooth. The first one does not suit her. Well, actually it does. You could, I'll tell you later, but like it's very difficult to get a grasp of, and you have to learn it, and you have to master it, because it's very difficult if you don't know what you're kind of doing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this one here. So just take your rectangle select tool and select over it. Make sure you don't select like more than it is. So just select the hair strand itself, copy, Control C, and then Control V. And if it's a pasted layer, you press the layer button here. So yeah, we have our hair strand. Oh my god, we have our hair strand here. It's very big, but yeah. So as you can tell, very big for her face. Doesn't look proper, and it's not the same color, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start piecing the hair together into her hair, her original hair. So what you want to do is you want to start by parts. You don't want to start putting it everywhere. You want to start piece by piece, strand by strand. So then you're gonna be doing a lot of scaling, a lot of warping, a lot of flipping. The flip tool here, the horizontal, vertical, whatever. You're gonna be doing a lot of that, and maybe a lot of deforming too. So just keep in mind that this is not a simple. If you want to use these effectively, it's not going to be that simple. So right now we're going to be focused on this part here, next to the result font or whatever that is. So we're going to be focusing on this little part here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the hair strand that best fits the shape of the hair like this. And I think this is the best place to put it. But you see that there's these little weird spots at the top from the original hair texture. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your erase tool and take like a fuzzy brush, not a hard rounded one. And then you're just gonna increase the size a bit, maybe the opacity. And then you're just gonna start erasing the top part. And then maybe if you don't feel comfortable with it touching your sim's hair, or you just don't like it that way, you do that too. And there we go, we have our first hair strand. And that looks a bit more smooth than the alpha hair that makes it super harsh, super pixelated. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna we're gonna paste it again from our original selection, scale it down again, and then find out where it fits on our sim. And that fits really well. So again, take my eraser tool, erase all the parts that I don't need, that looks very unnatural. And then there we go. Then paste it again, scale it down, work your way down the hair, Don't be like pressured and think that, oh, this is all confusing. No, just work in parts. Everything's gonna be like perfect. You just gotta practice. And then see, I had to rotate it to fit the original hair strand that the sim has from the alpha hair. So that I hate this program thing. So I need to rotate it a bit more. So then you grab the hair, and then I guess that's pretty okay. You just gotta keep figuring out what fits and what doesn't fit, and make sure that they all blend together. Don't worry if the hair color's wrong, just focus on whatever color you have there in the package, in the PSD, and then you can change the colors later. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep doing this again until we fill up the whole hair space. And then you see here that it doesn't really look like it fits on either of these sides because the hair is going in a different direction. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip it after we do this strand. First, I'm just going to size it up a bit to make it a little more bigger for the hair down here because that's a very bigger, it's like a super big strand. And then we're good. And then just erase the parts that you don't need once again. And then paste it again. And then we're going to focus on the ones that don't really fit anywhere. So we're just gonna scale it down, see where it fits. If it doesn't fit, then scale it back up. And then you're gonna take your flip tool, or if you're in Photoshop, I believe it's the edits, transform and flip horizontally. And then you just flip it, and then you find a space for it again, wherever it looks like it will fit. Remember to use your rotate tool if it does not fit, because if one strand, I'm telling you, one of these strands will be the perfect strand for your photo. You just have to photo manipulate it in the way that it'll fit your hair. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna erase it down here, and there we go. Now we just repeat this process again, and remember, do not overdo it. Oops. Do not overdo it. If you're on, oh God, what did I do? If you're super new at this, then I don't recommend you follow this tutorial right away. Maybe some basics of hair drying, or like some basics for look up some pictures on Pinterest, you know, look up some photos that will inspire you to make your edits and to go with the same ideas that they have over there. Just making some strands down here. And you can see we have so many super, like, a lot of layers over there. My goodness. I mean, you can always do the big hair by itself. But I always recommend that you just work in smaller parts. The smaller the hair, the more it'll be in the end. And you just have to work your way up to it. Remember, please do not overdo it. It's really not that hard to be simple. Just keep it simple. Don't, like, you know, start putting all hairs willy-nilly, like, because a lot of people do that. And I really want to tell them, like, oh, hey, you should just try this technique, but I feel like it's not my place, and I feel really bad that I'll be, like, seen as pretentious, or you know what I mean, like, oh, what does this girl think she is? You know what I mean? So I just decided to leave it alone. Here, so this part here, only a piece of the hair fits into the hair here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna erase the bottom part and then keep the strands touching the skin over there. It's very easy to make mistakes. You just have to figure out what goes where and what size it should be. I'm telling you, a smaller size the better. So if you're having trouble, just open up the hair strands or the stalks, scale it down a bit to fit your Sim's head, and then just play around with it. Like, put it where you think the hair would be, and then if you think it looks great, then do that. Just follow like these tips that I'm giving you, because it'll be really helpful for you guys if you are interested in doing it a bit more, like, oh God, I'm getting distracted. So I'm going to scale this down. I really like it where it is placed. I'm just going to scale it down a bit more to kind of create a natural flow here to get rid of the spots that you see, the white spots from the alpha hair. Those are really annoying, but trust me, if you use hair stocks, they will be a great blocker, I guess. It's a really great distraction for people to see, like, oh, that definitely fits there. Like, I love her hair. Well, the reason why you love the hair is because I'm trying to block out some of the bad spots that I can't draw, that I can't erase. Remember, rotate. Okay, we're pretty much almost done. We just have to finish the touches here on her ends here. Just trying to figure out what should go where. You know what I mean? Even I have trouble. Although I've drawn like so many hairs, I just have trouble myself trying to figure out what is the best place to put this. Because I haven't drawn hair stalks. I haven't put on hair stalks in a really long time. See, I made a mistake here because it's a little too small. But then it should fit here. Remember to erase. Always erase. Eraser is your best friend. And then I'm just going to finish up the edges here. If you guys need help, always feel free to ask me in Discord or on Tumblr. Like, I'm always here for you guys if you need help. Trust me, I'm the helpful little mushroom in our little garden, so please don't be afraid to ask if you are worried. So what I just did, I just hid all of the main layers and I merged all of the hair stalks into one. It's very important you keep all the hair stalks under one layer, one separate layer. If not all the same layer, separate layers, because that way you are able to move where it goes and what direction it can, if you need to fix it. That makes any sense? So yeah. What we're going to do now is change the color. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate the hair. It makes it thicker, yeah, but we're going to do colorize. Oh wait. Crap. And then we're just gonna bring up the lightness a bit. Depending on your hair for your sim, you need to modify it in the ways that you would if it was your sim's hair color. So remember, keep that in mind. And there we go. We modified it to the sim's hair color. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and I hope that I don't know, it was helpful. I don't know what to say, but yeah, I'm really happy that I got to do this. You can delete your other layer at the back too if you want, because it's black, and unless you have like a nice hairstyle like this, it looks normal. But yeah, if you don't prefer this way, you just do whatever you want. This is just to help you and how to modify and how to use hair stalks. I know it's not perfect, but I did try. I haven't used hair stalks in a while, but I hope that some of you do find this helpful and can manipulate it in your own way. And if you do use this tutorial or you do use any of my stocks, please tag me so I can see your beautiful creations. Okay, thank you for watching. If you guys want another tutorial for hair stocks for the version 3 for these little strands, then let me know and I can definitely do that for you.